A few years ago, Spotify decided to remove its feature of viewing lyrics in its free tiers. And at that time, I was listening to Spotify as my main music source, and I used to read those lyrics a lot. And that was pretty bad for me. So I decided to solve this problem by making my own app that will essentially just figure out what I'm listening to right now and fetch the lyrics for that song and so view it to me without like uh, any strings attached to any specific music app. And that essentially led me to building Rush. Why I named it Rush, I don't know. At that time, I was really into some Daft Punk like electronic music, and the first word that came to my mind was like something synonymous to something rushing somewhere. And yeah, I named it Rush, and now it has around 800 stars, which is absolutely very. I don't know what to say about it. I didn't expect it to reach anywhere close than that. I didn't expect it to reach more than 100 stars. I don't know, stars are not like the user count or something. Stars are people who are active on GitHub and they have took their time and checked out your repository and starred your project. Like they like your project. So I think that's a better indicator of popularity than something like likes or views. I don't know, there are no likes or views on GitHub. So yeah, there are a lot of releases and most of them are like small incremental changes. But recently I've been trying to pack each release with the most amount of significant changes that I can make. I avoid making small changes. So yeah, that's why there are a lot of releases and there are a lot of contributors. Most of them are translators. There are two individuals who have contributed like a significant feature into this app. I will talk about them later as I go through the code. Yeah, it's available on Play Store. Uh, I had to go through a lot to put this on Play Store. Like it was uh, initially a senior Android developer at a company offered me their own Play Console account to publish this app, and I tried to publish it there, but it got rejected, and ultimately the app got suspended. And that was my first experience of handling Play Console stuff. Yeah, so in Play Console, if you decide to upload an app with an app ID, like the unique identifier for each app in Play Store is their app ID. And if you decide to publish an app with an app ID and your app gets suspended, there's no way you can publish that app with the same app ID in another uh, Play Console account. And I don't know what is the reasoning behind it. It just seems very stupid to me. So I had to ultimately change the app ID of my app. I had to add a dot play at the end of my app ID, and I have a separate build process for it. And yeah, it just added an unnecessary complexity when I decided to publish it in my own Play Console account. Yeah, it has around 10,000 downloads right now. Although the last time I checked in Play Console, which is like the developer side console of your Play Store apps, it had crossed around 20,000. It has not updated here right now. 4.6 star rating across 113 reviews, which is pretty great, I guess. And yeah, these are the screenshots of the I myself have dropped a review there. Yeah, that's the Play Store listing of this app. So initially I put my app on F-Droid and Easy Android because they are pretty easy to distribute apps on, and at that time I was like this huge open source enthusiast. I appreciated apps which were open source. I only used apps which are like respecting your privacy and all that. I have different opinions now. not getting into those right now. So yeah, these are the features. You can search any lyrics that you want. Let me just pull up a demo from my mobile. Okay, I was listening to Acid Bath. Here's the app. This is Android 11 by the way, so it's pretty laggy. Yeah, this is the app right now. You can search for any lyrics that you want. For example, if I search for say Invite, yeah, it is showing the local search result at the top and then doing a search operation on from the Geniuses database. Do I have to know or is deactivated? So yeah, so these are the results from Geniuses database, and this is the local search result and navigation. Wow. And this is how the lyrics will appear if you have the song playing with any music player on the background. Let me just play it. Let me play this song. I will just mute this. So when you play a song and you want to view the lyrics for it, you can just come into my app. We'll have to grant a notification access permission and then tap on this meteor icon here, and it will search for that track using the Genius API, and it will load the lyrics for it, and it will sync also. Right now it's syncing with the lyrics as it is being spoken in the song, and yeah, that's something that is available in Spotify, but I am through hacks and crooks I am uh, able to manage that as in a different app just by monitoring the notification that the music player app provides. Yeah, then you can pause it, go to any line that you want, then tap on that line to resume the song from that portion of the lyrics. That's the highlight feature of my app. And then I have some other features like customization. You can share the lyrics, you can customize the viewer. There are a lot of customization in Android 11. Only these three are available. In my main phone, which is Android 16, there are two more options available, which employ the shaders, like graphic shaders, into the background of the app, which will react with the music. And this will also react with the music, but this is not a shader. It's basically just a compose API. Right now there is no sound, there is no amplitude, so this is just still. Let me increase the voice a little bit. Yeah, so this will react to the sound of this is it. I think it reacts to the amplitude of the playing song. Then you can customize the font size, line height, letter spacing, card colors. You can set up your custom colors. You can hide the status bar when you are on the lyrics page. Yeah, these are pretty much all the customizations that I have. You can reset everything back to normal. And then I have another feature which I wanted to be the highlight feature of my app, but it's a pretty underused feature, and that is sharing the lyrics. You can select the lines that you feel are quite something, and you can just tap on the share icon here, and it will open up a page where you can customize a card with the lyrics to share it with someone else. It's upon you. There are a lot of customization here. You can customize the album art shape, card corners, the font, and you can share it however you like. Unlike in Spotify, where there is only one type of card that you can share lyrics with. That and this is pretty much everything that this app has. You can also import and export your database of sync lyrics from settings, then backup. Here you can export or import, and you can customize how the app looks. That's pretty much it. And like my previous app, like in Grit, there is also I have put this on Play Store with Revenue Cat, and there are some features are locked up behind a paywall, like the previous app, with the same reasons. And yeah, for the Play Store version only, like in F-Droid and GitHub and Easy Android, you will get all the features, but in Play Store you have to pay a tax for the premium features. There is a similar roadmap here for plan changes. Star chart started around 2024 6, which is like January, February, April, May, July, July 28th July, more than a year, I guess. Then these are the translation statistics, like uh, all the strings in the app are available in these languages. And and these are the apps that I took inspiration from, and the libraries that I'm using in this app. So first thing, the starting point of this app was actually this app. This is Fast Lyrics. Let me just close my screen mirroring software. Fast Lyrics is like my app, but it only has the lyrics feature, like fetching the song from whatever you are playing right now. That and yeah, pretty much that only. And it has a primitive XML based UI. So I use this app, but I felt like I can do better with Jetpack Compose. So I opened an issue here, asking for where do you get the lyrics, like how do you get the notification, how do you get the lyrics from the Genius API. So Genius API is very weird. It had at some point a way to create a API token that will give you the lyrics too, but right now it only gives you the info about the song and the URL for the song, and I have to do with that thing. But in the past, and like used in this app, they are using an API token which also gives them the lyrics of the song they search for. And I asked them how they did it, but they said like they don't remember. So I asked them politely that can I use their API token. But uh, I ended up using another way to get lyrics. I don't use their API token. Yeah, this was like the starting kicking point of this. Right now, my app is more popular than Fast Lyrics, but like the first boilerplate code, I copied from this app. So very much thanks to the developer here, Tech Check. Yeah. Then there is SongSync, which is like a lyrics downloader app. I plan to make Rush like SongSync in the future. And SongSync essentially allows you to download LRC files for the lyrics of your app, and those LRC files you can merge them with the actual track itself. It's for very advanced users. Most of the users that use my app don't care about LRC files, and some people who do are very loud about it. So I just try to ignore it for now. But I do plan to introduce LRC files and exporting lyrics to LRC files later. This is the app. Then there is LRC Lib, which is a fantastic API for getting lyrics, and it is maintained and hosted, and all the revenue is all the hosting charges are essentially taken care of by one single dev. Huge thanks to them. This is like super. Uh, this is a very big repository for music nerds out there. Yeah, LRC Lib, written in Rust, by the way. Then these are the libraries that are very helpful in Jetpack Compose projects. Material Color, it allows you to change the entire theme of your app using just a single composable wrapper. I will show you what it is. Color Pickle, as the name suggests, it's a color picker library. Compose icon, Certificate, file kit for exporting the images to share with different apps. KSoup for parsing the scraped data from the internet. Landscape Paste for displaying images. Game Palette for extracting colors from images. And Zoomable for zooming into composables. That's it. For initially, I was like making all the designs of the app as I was building the app, and that was very time consuming. I wasted a lot of time in coming up with designs on the spot as I was writing the code of the app. So yeah, right now my design approach is first plan out everything on Figma, then with that plan develop the client part of your app, then start on the UI part of your app. It's very fast that way, and it's very easy to, and it just doesn't take a lot of toll on your mind. I developed Rust for like for the first 6 months. There were a lot of issues in the app, and only recently, like in the past 4 to 5 months, it has become like a stable app, like a stand, like something people can use without worrying about crashes. Yeah. Previously it was a lot of spaghetti code, but right now it's very stable. This is how the different screens, lyrics, backgrounds, different screens, everything just visualized here with the help of styles and variables. So yeah, if you are an app dev, learning Figma is a huge unfair advantage. I don't know if I should put it that way, but it's a very great thing if you know how to design. That's pretty much it about the surface of the app, and let's dive into how the code works. So yeah, it's a single module Android project right now, and it has some build flavors for the FOSS version. FOSS means open source version, and the proprietary play version, which is what I use in Revenue Cat. And then there is the visualizer helper module, which is a wrapper around the Android visualizer API, and it just basically transforms that data into something Compose can use to render shapes, and or you can use it in a shader to modify the shader texture patterns. That's how it works. This visualizer helper was written exclusively by this dev right here, Bodya, Bodya. Yeah, he did a very good job with it. He opened up like this was I planned this feature of visualizing this whatever you are listening to a long time ago, but I just needed that little push to to actually do that in my app. So he just basically came in and developed this entire module, wrote this entire module, and now I can just use it in a new lyrics background and just visualize the music with the track that you are listening. Huge thanks to him. Huge thanks to him. Yeah, pronouns are right. Okay, and there is one another dev I would like to mention. 25 Hoizen Gek 1 Bart, and they essentially changed 2 lines of code in my app, but with that 2 lines they managed to expand the possibilities of my app so much that, like, previously, as I showed you, as the sing lyrics are going on, you can tap on a particular line and go to that point in the track that you are listening to. So that feature was implemented by this person. Yeah, it was nothing but like 2 lines of code he changed, he added, and that feature was available. So huge thanks to him for opening my mind about all these things. That's the good thing about open source. Like, random people will come on, they will make a significant contribution, and you will be like thankful, and your whole worldview will shatter. Yeah, let's dive into the code. The fast lane, as I mentioned in my earlier videos, it's only for Android and Easy Android to gain to know what your app is about and display things on their page. As my previous app, I am using MVI, Model View Intent, for the architecture of this app. Everything is separated into modules. UI is purely a function of state, and everything is testable and maintained. If you want to add a feature, you just need to change the state and change the UI and change a few buttons. But you need to change everything, but it's a lot seamless. Few models are in a package. So here, for example, this is the save page, not the save page. Let me show you the saved page. So the saved page is just a composable function that takes the saved page state and a notification access boolean and an on action lambda and some uh, lambda functions to navigate. And with only these things, which I can just mock in a preview easily, with only these things, it is able to render the UI without interacting with the view model. No dirty injection, no nothing, no state leaks or something like that. Nothing unclean, impure. Everything is just a function of state. The UI is a function of state, and there are predefined actions that the UI can perform, which essentially bubble up to the state holder, which is the view model. The UI only interacts with the state holder, that is the view model, with these actions as an intermediary, as a like as a protection layer, or I don't know how to say this. I have a pretty clear picture of it in my mind, but I don't know how to put it in words. So, as a guardrail, I think that's pretty fitting. As a guardrail, these interface allows the UI to interact with the state holder, which is the view model. This is the view model. It takes a state layer. So a lot of screens in my app, like one screen will change whatever that is present in another screen. So to avoid intermingling between view models, I actually just put all the states that my app use in a single class, and whenever a view model needs to change the state of another screen, it just calls the state by this state layer, and it allows you to, like, from the saved screen view model, you can change the state of the lyrics view model. I don't know if this is the right way to do this, but it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty clean to me, and I don't feel anything is wrong with it. So I should talk to a senior Android developer about this. uh, until that time, I'm just ignoring this. Then there is this onboarding UI. It's pretty underwhelming. I can certainly do better, but I am not motivated to do it because this app solved my problem, and I will work on features that I want to see in this app, uh, not making a tutorial for someone else to use it. But as this app got popular, I just felt the need that some things need to be explained, so I added this onboarding, because why not? People were opening issues, asking about what little things they were facing issues for. That was a long time ago. Right now, there are a lot less issues about it, because I have learned how to structure UIs and how to build your apps in a way that people understand what they are without opening an issue on GitHub or contacting the developer. So how my app fetches lyrics right now. The lyrics logic is present in this data layer, or in the core package, in the network. Here, there are mainly two sources of fetching lyrics. First one is getting the name of the song from Genius API, and then with the same song title and song artist, it searches in the LRC lib API. That way, it is like not it is pretty fast with the LRC lib API, and if it doesn't find the lyrics on the LRC lib API, then it will scrape the Genius URL for the lyrics. That's it. There is a database that I created with Room to search all the lyrics that you have saved, and these are the backup implementation. This is the media listener. It listens to the media active, what that API is called. I'm forgetting the name. Media Session Manager API on Android. It is exposing functions to listen to what other app is playing on your device. And one bad thing about this API is it requires notification access permission, which is like a super sensitive permission. And in OEMs like MIUI, people need to wait for around 10 seconds before allowing my app that permission. But after you grant this permission, everything is okay. Whatever you listen to, my app will, like, Rush will figure it out and fetch lyrics for it beforehand without you have to wait for it. And then it will sync also, because I can't sync without knowing which part of the song you are on right now. Yeah, this was entirely copied from Fast Lyrics, as I mentioned earlier, and some things are changed, and it works pretty good. Using Coin for dependency injection, there are all the UI parts are separated, all MVI